America's national parks. Pockets of protected land where people can go to escape from the hustle and bustle of civilization and just leave it all behind. But what if you can't leave civilization behind? As more and more tourists visit the parks, so do their smartphones and iPads and tablets. Do these and other technologies belong in the park? Many people say no. While this question of cell phones in the park is a new problem, the push to keep technology out is not. With the creation of Yellowstone in 1872, many people have been worried about the encroachment of technology. In the 19th century, it was railroads and industries looking to profit from the natural resources. But as time went on, the technology changed, but the fear stayed the same. While construction and transportation can be monitored, the smartphones of today are a little bit harder to control. From tourists on cell phones to interacting with the wildlife. To big, ugly cell towers blighting the landscape, to an over-reliance on emergency services. While it's easy to focus on the negatives and join the cries for an all-out ban on these types of technologies in the parks, is that really what the parks are about? Shutting out technology, and by extension, people as well? Back in 1872, Yellowstone was open for the benefit and the enjoyment of the people. And today, the mission of the National Park Service still is to preserve unimpaired the natural and cultural resources for the enjoyment, education, and inspiration of this and future generations. So in part, the parks were created to be enjoyed by the people, and with people inevitably comes technology. Is all technology a bad thing? Could there be a balance? As it turns out, we may need to find that balance. While the parks are as popular as ever, people in their teens and 20s seem to be coming less and less. Since 1996, the average age of the tourist to the parks has been rising. The parks are in a crisis. And what do we need to solve that crisis? Technology. The Park Service realized that in order to connect to the next generation, they need to talk to the generation in their own language. From digital initiatives using iPads and smartphones to scavenger hunts using satellite devices, the parks are using technology to enhance and to educate and to get people interested. To connect to the constantly connected, the National Park Service is using social media. They're gaining legions of followers so that the next generation can find their park, and hopefully the parks will be preserved for years to come. So while it's good to limit the technology and to be respectful of the environment, the National Park Service has showed us that it's not all that bad. So let's follow their lead and recognize that the balance is key. With a little technology, we can go a long way to protecting and enjoying our nation's national parks.